Kaua ke au I te tau nei, korua tupua, korua tawhito. Arua I runga, arua I raronga, arua I te ihua tāne, te ihua tāne. Uika taku waka tapu ko tāki timu. Rere mai te maramara koi hinui, koi hiroa ko te āwhi orangi. Eko wai kai runga nei atu pāwhai aka nei, eko au kou anuku atu pāwhai aka nei. Unumi a te kawataki nā te kawa he kawa tuanihini, he kawa tuarangaranga. Unumi a te kawa o wai, unumi a te kawa o tamate a mai tawhiti o rongo kako. Unumi a te kawa o wai, unumi a te kawa o tīrari o tīrara. Unumi a te kawa o wai, unumi a te kawa o tāki timu e. Uhi, wero, tau mai te Māori, hau mia, ui e, taigi e. Very good, very good. 10 out of 10. Hey. I'll tell you what, I'm getting too old for this. Hey.
Kia ora, Tiny.
Oh, yes. Kia ora, dear. Oh, yes. Haramai, haramai. Which one are you again, dear?
Oh, Koro, you know who I am?
Oh, yes. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Ah, yes. What can I do for you, my dear?
Well, I need some help with my homework. I have to research and write about my ancestors who are descendants of Takitimu Waka.
Hey, one of those dumb ones, eh? Need a bit of help.
No, not that.
Ah, Edify, my dear. How far back do you want to go?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what will get you those A+, as if you write about me.
No, Koro, they have to be passed on. You know, dead.
Oh dear, well I'm nearly there.
No, you're not, Koro. And plus, they need to be interesting stories.
Oh, okay, I see how it is. You might have to bring us to a conclusion. Nah. Oh, my dear, well, I guess I could tell you about, yes, let me see. Yes, I could take you back to the 1970s. I could tell you about Ngā Tamatoa and their endeavour to fight for our mana motuhake. Ka whawhai tonu mātou, ake. I could take you back to the 1940s and tell you about my time in the Māori Battalion in World War II. Ake kia kahara. Or I could tell you about a couple of battles more close to home. Puke hina in te ranga. Ngā uri o te raupatu. Mana tū, mana toa, mana ake. Or I could take you back even further and tell you about our very own Māori versus Māori fights for the best spot to build a pā on. No. Oh, yes. So I got it, don't worry. I could tell you about the Takitimu itself, the whales that led them here, like Ruamano and Ārai te Rāwiri, Ārai te Uru. Ah, yes, I could tell you about their perilous journey they spent to get to Aotearoa. Perhaps we go all the way back to Rarotonga, where the final voyage began.
Pātura taku hai ki te riutapu o te wakaeta koto nei, reikura rei ora te Māori e. Ka turuturu a, ka paupau a, ki tawhito o te rangi e. Rurukuti ai te wakaeta koto nei, rurukuti a te kaimata pupuni, rurukuti a te ihumata pupuni a tāne, rurukuti a te kōwhātapu a tāne, rurukuti a te matatapu a tāne, rurukuti a te rauawa tapu He koronga nōku kia tai ki ngauru kahika ki o hui, ki o ama. Taku whenua e, taku ane mākuru, taku ane tūā paitahi. Harapau namu mai rā te moana kawe atu au ki tātahi ki te taupiri i te one o te taku tai moana. 1 year ago I said, let a giant canoe be made and call it Takitimu. We will journey far across the seas to the southern island of which they tell. In my darkness and distress, I slept and I dreamed. I saw the sign, the form of a red cloud in the sky, a flock of small birds and a large one in their midst, all gathering towards the great cloud where they settled with their large friend. Then I awoke. This tohu, this sign, carries a message that I must interpret. I believe it is time for us to become the adventurers, the navigators of our own futures. I will follow the stars that show us the way. I will recognize the tohu that show us that we are on the right path. I will trust in the kaitiaki, the taniwha who protect us as we sail. And we will find the legendary land of the long white cloud, where my people will flourish. We will ignite the ahika and call it te whenua tapu. E tangi ana tamaki tōna whenua ake, whakatipuri ana i te māheu tangi kau ana te mapu e. Wā, ko te wakatapu o Takitimu e! Takitimu!
Haere rā e me te aroha apopora te ki te a.
Oh, here we go. Asleep again. Koro!
E tipu e rea
Sit back
mora.
down.
Oi. Sorry, dear.
Quick, I have a question.
Oh, yes.
So are we related to Rarotongans?
Ah, yes. My dear, we are all connected in some way.
What about the woman?
Well, you see, my dear, the Takitimu was a sacred canoe. He waka tipua, he waka atua, that carried only the highest chiefs, rangatira, and high priests, tohunga huarewa. So, you see, in effect, we don't really know whether they came on their own waka, that was a part of the same fleet, or whether the Takitimu went back and got them later. Oh, yes. But you see, some even say that the women were already here. Probably better off without us whāri, burpy, stinky men around, eh?
Yeah, well, I reckon we'd be alright without men around, you know, because, like, who needs them? Because I don't.
Oh, yes, well, I'll see you later then, my dear.
Oh, no, Koro, not you.
Let me get up for nothing. Yes. Speaking of mana wahine, let me take you back to 1828. O Tamataha Pā, situated at Te Papa, where the Tauranga city now sits, was invaded by Ngāti Maru of Hauraki. Bloodshed and gore, death and despair. Amongst all of this was a beautiful woman named Te Aho Te Rangi. Ah, yes. It is time for you to learn how she narrowly escaped with her baby.
I can see the shoreline on the other side of the harbour as I step into the water, trying to escape the battle behind me. I must save my baby. I can feel the sand between my toes as I wade into the salty water. But it gets deeper and deeper. I can see Mowau in the distance. I'm halfway there, but I'm stuck. Stuck in the middle of the harbour, trying to reach the other side. I can feel my baby breathing down my neck as he rests peacefully on my back. He is sound asleep, oblivious to the invasion. My son, he is not heavy, but the weight of everything is pulling me down, drowning me. Mei kore ake a haui te tariwha, nāna haui heki, I amo, I pai kiuta.
After the sun has set, it seems impossible that it could ever rise again. Night sinks into the bones. The cliff face looks weary. The sand is hard and cold. The ocean curls around its secrets.
She thought if she listened hard enough, the sea would give up its secrets. She listened, but all she heard was the soft murmur of wave on shore. Wave followed by wave after wave, as the ceaseless tide ran in and out all night.
Ah, yes. Sadly, Te Aho Te Rangi did not survive the trauma and died on the beach.
But wait, Koro, I thought the taniwha saved her.
Ka, it saved her son though. He was adopted by Ka Te Maupu and Te Ipu, parents of Te Kania Tamatea. Ah, yes, you see the whakairo on the waharoa at your marae whareroa depicts Te Aho Te Rangi with her baby, Hohepa hiku taia between her legs. Ah, yes, taniwha, guardians, protectors, mythological creatures. Who knows? You know us Māori, an exaggeration here, a compensation there. You know us kaumātua, a forgotten line there. What's the next part there? Who knows? Maybe it was a taniwha. Maybe it was a stingray. Maybe it was just a little flounder fluttering about underwater for all we know.
Oi, Kurotani! Guess what Matua Hohaia told me? He said that Ruamano was like the biggest whale in the whole entire world. Even bigger than you. And he had like a full arm on his face. And he could poke out his tongue and do the meanest freaking
Nah, Kurotani, girl, guess what Whai Michelle told me? She told me that Araiteru was way bigger than Ruamano, like he was as big as a 20. No, actually a 48-story building, and he was as black as obsidian, and had massive eyes that stared at you.
Whatever, you dummies! Kurotani, sissy, guess what Auntie Jazz told me? She told me that Ruamano and Araiteru were pretty big, and they were okay. But it was the girl whales who were the true beauties. Hine Korito and Hine Kota and Hine Makehu and Hine Huruhu. They were like mermaids, and they had magic, and they had sparkling jewels all over their body. And their skin glistened, and they were as beautiful as me.
Papa urunui, te ararawa tangaroa, erere ki te papa urunui, te ararawa tangaroa, erere ki te papa urunui. Kahora nui, te manawa. whakamautai. Tangaroa whakamautai. Tangaroa whakamautai. Tangaroa whakamautai.
Yeah. Where you young fellas off to, eh?
We're off to join the climate change march down the Strand. It's a protest.
Protest? What do you mean?
We're standing up for our environment, for our future. The government needs to do more for our moana.
Oh, phew, you fellas are neat, all right. Fellas remind me of your fellas' ancestors that fought for our lands in the Māori land wars. Oh, yes. And my mates from the 70s who joined Ngā Tamatoa to fight for our mana motuhake. May we never forget their courage. Ka whawhai tonu mātou!
Ake, ake, ake!
Fellas, grab your ladies if your lady fine. Tell her she don't want for life. Grab your fellas and let's do this right. Do this right.
Wow, there's heaps of yous, eh? He's a lot more quiet than the last crowd. I had to say it. But if I could get one big ass clap so I can breathe, that would be very grateful. Did you guys like my dance? Yeah, you ladies better off because I busted out my best dance moves. I just done something really naughty. There I was, picking it up and I started throwing dog poo at Simon Bridges' house. But I had a reason. Protest, mate. I'm standing up for my rights. Ka whawhai tonu mātou. No, you guys can say that. Ka whawhai tonu mātou. Yeah. I wanted to be famous, and I wanted to change the world. I joined Ngā Tamatoa in the 70s. Originally, we were supporting the Polynesian Panthers and protecting our people during the Dawn Raids. Because our government were cracking down on their so-called illegal overstayers. But they were just racist assholes. Stopping anyone on the street with beautiful brown skin. Majority of overstayers were actually from Europe and North America. I remember this one time, they raided a church and arrested 40 people from a peaceful congregation in prayer, just because they were brown. There were men and women and children and elderly treated like pigs, rounded up for slaughter. Not one of them was actually an overstayer, but they were released eventually without an apology and considered criminals for the rest of their lives. But I remember this one time where we walked the entire way from Whangarei to Wellington with Nani Whina Cooper during the Land March in '75. And I remember for the Springbok tour, and South Africa thought they could bring their white-only rugby team into our country. Our government ignoring our cries to stand up against apartheid.
Box going home! Box going home! Box going home!
You should have seen us. I was in the Patu squad. We were the stupid ones who were willing to get arrested and stuff. But I remember like it was yesterday though. Far seeing those police lined up with their batons and shields. They called themselves the Red Squad. They wore helmets too though, but not me. I had my sexy luscious curls to cover my head. I was throwing rocks at them because they felt they were tough. Until our leader, he told us to turn around and run straight back at them. Rawiri Waititi on my left, the Brother Blaze on my right, or the Braves straight up the guts. Man, it was thrilling and exhilarating and right. We were doing something right. But I got caught eventually, thrown in the back of a van, arrested and put in jail. I ended up spending 9 months in Mount Eden prison for doing something right. Wow, that was until I let the bro Vinny and Ringo give me these scucks as tamukus. Yeah. But I didn't really think it through though, because as the hepatitis C dawn raided my veins, straight up the guts, and I died. I wanted to be famous, and I wanted to change the world, but not like that. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm going to go do something cheeky and mischief. But for the community. I would be so honored if you guys could clap so I look cool when I walk off.
Yes, you know, I used to be able to dance like that back in
No,
my
but
prime.
I'll sit down. No, I want to see them.
Oh, maybe next time. Yes. I used to be able to dance like that back in my prime, from ages 7 to 8. Yes. But you know what else I used to be good at? Was playing the drums.
And they come marching, one by one, only one order given, fire ammunition. Let me ask you a question, so what is it you seek? To cover the earth below, take it from beneath my feet. You see I have the answers, old time will tell. My descendants won't suffer, blow up the pot, so if it's war you wanna press on me, I'll
wanted to be
I
famous.
wanted to be famous.
Wanted to
I
change the
wanted
world.
to change the world.
Hiki nuku iki rangi te tautaro o maua. He maunga tū tonu e. Heke ki tau o tauranga e rere mai. Koi o tīpuna te waka mā tātua. Mau te tai ai ai. Mō ku te tai ata. Talu mai maua o taku matarangi ka ngaro i te rehu o taku moana. Heke rangi mai ki au. I a ngā ati rangi nui ki a piri rā kau e tau. Ko mau au te maunga, ko tauranga te moana. Ko mā tātua tōku waka. Ko ngai tarangi tōku iwi, ko ngai tūwhiwhia tōku apu. Ti hei Māori ora! They're not the smartest of birds, but they look magnificent. There is something regal and royalty about the colors of their feathers. They purple and black and blue. Their long spiky legs press in the grass, feeling for movement beneath them. Unsuspecting food for the taking. This army of Pukeko, forever on the sentry duty, patrolling the edges of the battlefield. They called them land wars, but they weren't wars. They were stealing our land. We were standing up for what was rightfully ours at Pukehinahina. Our land, our whenua, our papatuanuku. We knew we were the underdog next to the British bulldog. But we had our atua. We had tūmatawenga on our side. We had our mana to uphold. And we were smarter than General Cameron. Cameron's men were sure they had the firepower to blow the power to the devil with their Armstrong guns and howitzers.
Our pa was bombarded for 8 hours. We were safe inside our fortified pa, just waiting until they tried to come in. When they did, they weren't prepared for our strength, our determination, and our pride.
Our rangatira Henare Taratoa wrote a code of conduct and sent it to Colonel Gray. The rules were simple. 1, any wounded or captured people should be safe as long as they gave up their weapon. 2, unarmed captives should be handed over for trial unharmed. 3, people who are overcome by fear and fled to the house of priests, they will be safe and not followed. And 4, women and children, they shall not be harmed.
Defeat by the hands of half-naked, half-armed savages was embarrassing, the newspapers said. We didn't want to kill them, but we had to defend ourselves. We showed mercy. Yes, we showed mercy by sending water out to their troops who lay dying. The British left their men to rot in the fields. That was not the way Māori did things.
Cape Pa was a major disaster for the British military. But they would soon get their revenge. With a force of over 600 men, they advanced and attacked an unprepared village at Te Ranga and cowardly slaughtered unarmed men, elderly, women, and children in the name of the crown. This one-sided battle was not within the rules of engagement, and it ultimately destroyed us.
Over 150 of our tūpapaku, the bodies of our whānau, were dumped into a hole and buried en masse, unmarked and unacknowledged. Now,
than an empty paddock. In the corner of a paddock is a tall pole, a carved post, but there's no explanation, no plaque. There's no holy crosses here.
But a memorial statue was erected to honor the 26 fallen British men. In memory of the men killed at the capture of Maori position at Taronga. 2 of them even got the Victoria Cross for bravery.
It still stands in that Taronga cemetery, next to our one. Oh yes, we got a memorial statue too, eventually.
But not for courage.
We got a statue because we surrendered.
I lost my land.
I lost my mana.
I lost my family.
I wanted to be
I
famous.
wanted to be
I wanted
famous.
to be
I
famous.
wanted to
I
change
wanted
the world.
to
I wanted to
change
change the world.
But not
Not
like
like
that.
that.
koe rā ku te tū, ka hika taku ahi, he ahika. E mahana i taku kiri. Maeke.
No one knows. Your eyes burn red from the wind. Too much sun. Just tears streaking your face. There could be tears or just lines of dried salt. Who can tell? You never can tell if you're seasick, drunk, or just hungover. The symptoms are the same.
After wave, it feels like an ocean. Caught between emotion. A changing tide.
And sea and sky merge. So the horizon is nothing but an endless slide in every direction. So that you are sailing, not on the sea as you thought, but in a perfectly circular blue bottle, never leaving the center. And you wonder, who is moving you? You, the clouds racing off the masthead.
My mind is drifting away. Slow, slow, slow. And I'll find some kind of relief for my soul.
And you wonder those dark shapes in the water, sharks, shadows, or nothing but old fears chasing along behind you. And the grey mess of land recedes. Forget you are a landholder, filling the full of ancient genes. And
time your blood sings against them.
I found my peace in the dark and blue. Silence, my friend. It's you.
And your sleep is accompanied not by the roars of the traffic on the highway, but by the creaks and twangs of your ship as she pitches and moans through the dark ocean, all alone.
I'm floating into nothing, and it's all I need. My head is underwater, and it's the first time.
And you wonder, where did that bird, that great seagull perching on the tautapa, come from? Bird! Look! Bird! 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 Whoa! Anchors off! Hurry up! Let's fucking good, come on. Hopefully it's in the inn.
Oh wow, look where you're going. 자, that's my brother. Here's Halloween. The minute he wakes up, he's on the video game. Like, I don't even know why he likes it so much. All you do is go around like shooting people. Like, and like, this is thinkest boy ever.
Sisterly love, hey, you. Ah, well, at least it's not a real war.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, you just bumped into your brother and thought that was hard. I went to World War II. I fought for you. And you think bumping into your brother is hard. Hold it. Hold it. Ah, yes. Well, as I said before, at least it's not a real war. Now, don't judge me, it's been a very long time. Yes, no judgment. I'm on my movie.
told. A free ride to see the other side of the world, we were told. And a brand new suit for free. We were so excited. But because Sonny was only 16, we lied on his application. We wanted to go on this dream trip together. But it wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare. My mind is scattered of images, trenches, muddy fields surrounded by barbed wire fences, full of bodies, dead, rotting bodies that will not leave my mind. And I see Sonny, my brother, how brave he was. He was a little fella, but he had a big heart. We're under immense artillery barrage, losing men left, right, and centre. I see a great surge of energy in him as he charges ahead of me through the enemy lines, infiltrating my machine gun outpost. And with all his bullets are gone, he's throwing rocks and stones at the Huns. He saved us all. It was just 4 days before the war ended. But they got me. A bullet straight through his heart. It was as if someone ripped my guts clean out of my body. I ran to him. I held him so tightly, putting my chest against his, hoping that my thumping heart would kickstart his. But he was gone. Came back to Tauranga and accepted a military medal on his behalf. He was a hero. Spent most of my life there, gardening, mainly. Lost a big chunk of it. I wish we could have just pressed restart on the machine. Got 3 new lives and started again at the beginning. Please tell your brother that you love him and give him a massive hug. He may be annoying, but at least he came home.
Matzo, wait. Do you want to hero team, no?
Sisterly love, eh, girl? Oh, well, it must be your lucky day. because I've decided to tell you another story. Ah, yes. This story is one of the greatest and one of the saddest love stories ever written in our history. This story talks of three mountains that lived under the canopy in the forest, Hautere. Please give me a minute. Yes, ready. Ah, yes, be mine. Ah, yes. You see, the first mountain was the proud peak, the people of Tauranga, a long time. His name was Okahami Ōtāne Wainui. Ah, yes, glorious in stature, majestic in looks. Ah, yes. He was a maunga rangatira, maunga tupua. To the southwest of Ōtāne Wainuku stood a beautiful maiden, clothed in the finest greens and shrubs that the forest of Hautere had to offer. Her name was Pete Smith. Pūwhenua. Ah, yes. Together, they were a chiefly couple. And as we all know, chiefs have a lowly servant, one who served his master with the highest priority. Ōtāne Wainuku, for example, had Pononga. As Pononga stepped into the light, he remembered, oh yes, he remembered how his heart had been captured by the beauty of Pūwhenua. Ah yes, but the real dilemma was that Pūwhenua's heart had already been captured by the glorious and majestic Ōtāne Wainuku. Ah yes, sadness engulfed Pononga, and in his despair, he decided that it was his time. He decided that he would call upon his friends of the forest to drag him to his demise. Ah yes, he called upon the Patupoiarehe, creatures of the night. Ah yes, these Patupoiarehe were not the simple kind. They had glow-in-the-dark string and poise. In Tauranga, we have the bougie Patupoiarehe. Ah yes. They began their perilous journey. They gouged out the valley where the Waimoku River now flows. Yes, but let us not forget their sacred motetea that they chanted to assist them in their perilous journey. As I said, they passed Waimapu. They passed Haidini. They passed Maungatapu. They passed the center of the world, Matapi! Ah, yes. They even passed Johnny's dumplings. They passed Starbucks. They passed the Strand where all of you go and shop off. They passed Bobby's. They stopped in Torquay though. Support local businesses. They drag, and they heave, and they hold, and they pull. All was assisting their friend to reach his demise. Ah, yes. As they neared the end of their sacred motetea, the Patupoiarehe realized and remembered that they were creatures of the night. And as they saw a flicker of light creeping above the horizon, they scattered off the sides of the stage. Leaving Pononga to be caught by the first rays of the dawn. Yes, caught by the dawn. I mau e te aonga mai o te rā. That is how Whanonga became Maua, a beacon of light for the people of Tauranga and Whanapuri. Ah yes, although she had reached his demise, in his despair, he still had a flicker of hope. You know, I think he still loves her, hoping that one day he will be enough for her to become his bride.
Yes, whakapapa he, eh?
Is that right? Well, you can whakapapa me if you want.
Donna! He's old enough to be a mukua!
Who cares, Mavis? He's lovely, isn't he?
Yeah, lovely, all right. I let him sing me to sleep all night.
can pluck my guitar strings. I'll give him something to remember me by. Eko, did you hear about Nani Roimata?
Ekau, what about Roimata?
Well, apparently she's been taken to the hospital, eh? Is that right? Yeah, broke her leg.
How'd she do that?
Hello, Vikings.
Wait, are we talking about that short little Nani Roimata?
Aye.
Not that far off for then.
Hey, oh, did you hear about her husband, Eric?
You mean Nana Man?
Eh?
At least that's what his muckles call him.
Shush up! My story. Anyways, you know Eric, Nana Man, he reckons she fell over a ladder whilst picking strawberries.
Don't strawberries grow on the ground?
It's a joke.
Yeah,
It's a
bad
joke,
joke.
Cheryl.
Bad joke. You're never the funny one. Never. No one finds you funny. No one ever did.
Nah, to be honest, Nani Roimata doesn't even grow strawberries.
Well, she's not much of a gardener, is she, poor dear?
Yeah, not like her mum was.
And her nan?
Hey, she tried her best. Bloody good at knitting though, eh?
Aye, always with that blimmin' clickety click clack.
Hey! Do you remember Nanny Weech's peaches?
Which peaches?
Her bottled peaches. Yes, those were the best, eh?
Aye, the best, alright. It was like she peeled the skins off whole. You couldn't even see the lines from the knife.
And they were so beautiful.
Right, orange.
So bright you could see them through the white lace curtain. Almost as if they was glowing, eh?
Like jars of gold, eh?
We used to say, you must never go hungry in this house, because you haven't even opened the peaches yet.
They were the sweetest in the whole moana.
Sweet, alright? Did you know that's why the boys called her Sugar?
Oh, poor dear. That's not why they called her Sugar.
You naughty devil!
Hey! You remember Nanny Gum's pots?
And what's her name? Nanny Geraldine's nectarines.
Aye, what about Nanny Funnel Funnel's Gobble Gobble Pickle?
Hey, what about Fire Bearing's pickled herrings? Those are pretty yum, eh?
You and your bloody taste buds again. What is wrong with you?
They're nice.
They were nice for people without taste buds. Bloody hell.
You remember Nana Susan down on Beach Road? Was such an amazing host, eh? Engari, manawa nui a Susan ki te noho ki te kāinga, ki te tiaki, ki te manaaki, ki te poipoi a rawa tamariki. And her muckles too, eh? Especially that bloody Craig,
Oh,
eh?
Craigie, eh? Craigie boy, come get your pancakes.
Craigie boy, come get your pudding.
Reggie boy, come get whatever you want, you spoiled little shit.
Oh, we used to laugh.
I think one time I laughed so much I mimicked my
You know why the young people these days piss me off?
What's that, Uncle?
They're too bloody busy to be themselves, eh? Get to
Aye,
know themselves a bit better before they start worrying about what other people think. Especially on that bloody medium, eh?
Social media,
Yeah, and that gram one.
Instagram,
And Jack Blackjack.
Snapchat.
You would know you know doesn't matter anyways. Good solid food, some hard work, and some fun's all you need for a good life.
And go with the mates and visit us elderly people. Take a little gift, something special, because we're so special, eh? Take the time to sit and kōrero to us.
What do you reckon, do?
What do you think?
Well, koroe naka reckons, whai a tō kahukura, kara pōtihia e rā I mohio ana, eh?
Aye, but you know what the best advice is?
Yeah, I just said it.
No, don't. The best advice is to do whatever you want, or whatever you do, remain true to yourself.
Terrible advice. Respect your land and never let it go. Especially don't forget your tūpuna.
No. Always share the bounty from your pātaka with any of the whānau, eh? Whether it be from tangi, hanga, yeah.
Oh, cow.
What's that saying?
Oh, no. Don't get up, you're gonna break your other knee. Sit back down, honey. What are you doing?
Get with it!
There's no such thing as men's
No,
or
no,
women's
no,
work.
no.
Alright? Te whānau ritual ki rena. Te whānau ritual. Mavis, you're no wrong. You don't know anything. Oi. E kau. Oi. The best advice is simple.
Mind your own bloody business!
What do we gossip about then, eh?
Oh, and dance too. Dance like no one's watching.
You're lucky no one's watching. You dance like an epileptic.
Saved by the bell. Hey. Look at the fellow over there. Hey! You all good?
No one knows if your eyes are blurred red from the wind, too much sun, or just tears streaking your face that could be tears, or just lines of dried salt. Who can tell?
Out of my. You just sit here. Take a breath for a minute, eh? There you go.
I feel like fire when I dance, when I sing, when I perform. Something about this creative expression ignites something within me that nothing else can. It feels deep, deeper than my skin, even deeper than my blood, in my bones, maybe. But it is coming from the ground, the sky, and the air around me too. I can't explain it. Back before technology, before mobile phones, before telephones, before cars and trucks and planes and trains, Maori fires to communicate. Plumes of smoke signified certain events. Maybe crops were ready to come and harvest or come and collect. Maybe intruders were spotted entering the harbour. Or maybe someone important just passed away. Fire, some comforter that warms us up, can also be a beacon or a warning. When I think about my ancestor, Tamate Arikimu, does he feel the same? He looked to the stars to guide him. Raised fires to guide him. I long to see flames that reach from the skies to light the path that I can follow. There's so much pressure on my shoulders. Expectations from family, from friends, from social media. It's exhausting.
My boy, it is exhausting. My boy, life is exhausting. It's exhausting if you try and do it on your own. Now, I know you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. You feel the weight of the promise that you made to your people. But my boy, I'll tell you, there is but only one way to get rid of that weight. That is to call out to your ancestors. Your ancestors, although you may not know, have always been there. They are the rays of light that woke you up in the mornings that you thought you couldn't do it. They are the waves from the ocean that washed away all those bad thoughts that stood in your way. You are their wildest dreams. Now, sometimes all we need to do is call out to them. Not just the chiefs and savages that made it into the history books. We must also remember those who didn't make it into those books. The uncles at the back shelling the mussels. The nannies in the kitchen having a cackle while playing euchre. We need to remember the boat builders, the home keepers, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the daughters, the aunties, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins. We must remember them. We must remember that all of them are here for us in our times of need. We must remember to keep the ahika going. Hika i ake te ahika. Now, there is but only one way to keep the ahika going, and that is to always return and throw a couple of our own logs in, eh? It's time for you to become the navigator of your own journey. Look to the stars and let them dictate the path that you should take. One day, yous will be tipuna. So make sure you are the ones that make those books. Make sure that you have your uri whakahekes back just as your tipuna had yours. All that you have ever wanted to be is in your dreams. Just like something I learnt from your fellas Korokihi recently. Kawea te kura nui, kia kura roa, kei kura tawhiti. E rere atu te toro a whakakoko. It is time for you to spread your wings and soar to the corners of the earth, spreading the good news. It's time for you to spread your wings and decolonize the stage, because yous are magic people to me. But let us never forget the Toroa's journey, to and fro. It's fine to go out and venture off, but always remember to keep the ahika going. But that's enough about the Toroa. That's my tātua's kōrero. Come back next year if you want to hear that one.
I can't see you in the dark. I'm trying to find your light. I can't move through the dust, getting lost in the night. The storm may come and the rain will fall. Fire and pain go hand in hand one more. The sun will rise and I may fall. The earth may shake, but I will not be moved. Don't you worry, I'm running, I'm searching, I'm trying to find you, hold you, I need you. Won't give up till I can breathe no longer. I believe and I can't stop, I won't stop. 'Cause I'm gonna find you. I'll find you. I'm gonna find you. No, I can't give up, 'cause I'm gonna find you.
Whangaro koe ia, wahangu I te wawa. Taria tonua, mohu e te toi, te reo karana. Hawawhi te awha, hai kini kini te aroha ia haue. Ka poka au ka awa te a, ka ru ka horo ka tuora tonu ai ia. Ka uaraua koe e maha. Tōna tūnei ahoi, e tā kūtai
Come closer, you're nearer, and I'm stronger, I'm better, I'm coming, I'm running, I'm trying, I'm here
왜 takut 이고네요
Kay ko na kay ko na kay ko na kay ko na
tātou. Karo e tōi ara ngā koro kia roa. Ko tāku noiho, e tuku atu e tai mihi motu hake ki e tai anō tāngata. Nō rātou anō tēnei, te mana o tēnei whakāturanga. Nō reira. Whai a marama. Matua Vini. Matua Oich. Fire Jenny. Fire Jenny. Matua Jason. Come on, big round of applause, yeah! Hei tō wai nā mihi a taku tunu ake ki a koutou. Hoi hoi, nō tēnei papa. Hei ka mā, hoi nei te mihi, te ngākau o te wharekuro o mauau. E nei tere rea ke nei ki a koutou i tā koutou tainga mai. Ki tā mātou, ki tā koutou, ki tā tātou kaupapa. E tei haere mai pōnek. E tei haere mai arataki te pito teo. E tahi atu I haere mai tawhiti. Tata. Hoi anō, e tata ana koutou ki a mātou ngākau I tēnei pōhikama. Koe nei te arohāke, koe nei te whakatau ake, koe nei te mihi ake ki a koutou katoa. I tai mai ki te tautoko, tā mātou, tā koutou, tā tātou kaupapa. Hoi anō. Ah, yes. One question, e hika mā. Do we want another song? Nice. Come back next year for the matatu one. Ah. E hika mā, koe nei te karanga ake, ki nā tauira o mua. Tira ki nā kaiako, ki nā whānau o te wharekuro o maua o kia taki tūtū mai. E tā ki nā ake I konei te waiata o tō tātou. Reno ka mea wat. Hey, dog.
Kia taira no ki te wā o te wehenga.